why does everything have to be a full-on lesson in this place?
Because it's a school, Caleb.
What's going on, y'all? It's Liam Crowley with Screen Rant. I'm here at New York Comic Con, and I'm now joined by our biggest group of the weekend, Starfleet Academy. Yeah. Guys, thanks so much for taking the time today.
Swagger.
The biggest, we had 9 people on Thursday or Friday, and you guys beat them by 1. So
yes.
we made room for everyone. For a solo question to come to you, Alex, first. We last spoke at the Section 31 premiere back in January. Paul, you were there as a guest, and I was like, Paul Giamatti, is he in Section 31? And you told me he was coming into the picture in Starfleet Academy, a series we're going to look forward to a year down the line. Talk to me about developing this show, where the idea first sparked, and getting it now to the goal line.
Well, I mean, people have been trying to develop Starfleet Academy for many, many, many decades, actually, well before any of us were involved in it. And it's a tricky one because you usually think of Star Trek as a show with a crew on a ship that goes out into space and does missions. And so the question becomes, well, how do you do that with students who are not yet qualified for that? And our solution to that was to figure out a way to make the ship a teaching hospital. So the cadets actually go out into space and learn on the job. So they are put in real life danger, obviously supervised by a lot of incredible instructors. But yeah, that sort of cracked it open, because then it became a Star Trek show where you could do a mission of the week, but they also come back to Earth and are on campus. So we get to have the best of both worlds.
Yeah. Sort
of like the end of season 3 of Next Generation.
Holly, how does it feel to be a captain?
Really incredibly fun. I mean, the combination of being the chancellor and the captain, the combination is exactly what Alex was just talking about. What the school kind of what we ride on is people who are not quite ready for the job, training to be in the job, and sometimes being in real jeopardy, jeopardizing situations. It's a great landscape for incredible humor, humility, and just to be captain and chancellor at the same time. It's straddling like the best of 2 amazing worlds.
Very well said. Noga, this show feels so classic Star Trek in the best way possible. Something I loved about Section 31, though, which I referenced earlier, was it was such a unique story within the Star Trek world. It felt the most different from Star Trek while still honoring that Star Trek legacy. So could you kind of speak to how Starfleet Academy honors what has come before it and still feels like Star Trek, but has its own voice in the grand franchise?
Totally. I mean, and I grew up a Star Trek fan, so this is like a dream come true, because I always wanted to go to Starfleet Academy, and now I get to go to Starfleet Academy. But I think we've honored everything that's come before us, the 60 years of legacy that came before us in so many different ways. One is with the people we've brought to join these amazing folks. We have Barbara Picardo, who's playing the Doctor, the same Doctor from Voyager. We have multiple cast members joining us from Discovery. And, when you look at the wall of heroes in our atrium, our giant set, you'll see us honoring so many of the people who came before us, who showed us what heroism is and who showed us what the values of Starfleet are. And there's also mysteries and watch out for Benjamin Sisko. We get to do some really cool stuff that hasn't been done in a long time, that I think really honors the fans who've been waiting to see what happens. So we definitely know who we are and the shoulders that we are standing on today.
The fans who have been waiting includes Mr. Giamatti here. I know you've wanted to be in Star Trek forever. Congratulations on joining the franchise.
Thanks.
And what I'm stoked about your character here is some of my favorite Paul Giamatti roles are villains. This little bit of a TASM reunion, The Rhino, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Alex was a writer on that project. I also love Marty Wolf. Everyone here loved Marty Wolf, right? Big Fat Liar. Oh my God, classic film. How's it feel to be a Star Trek baddie?
Really good, really good.
Baddie alert.
Baddie. I'm a baddie.
You're a baddie, Paul.
Baddie. Oh. No, and then they came to me with a bad guy, and I was like, well, that's the best. To be a Star Trek villain couldn't be better. And I got to be, I'm half Klingon, half Tellarite. And I was very excited to be half Tellarite because as a kid, I liked them. And they're this kind of argumentative, obnoxious pig people. And I was like, that's me, man. I want to do that. So it was great. I mean, I get to be an alien. I get to be a bad guy. I get to come in and disrupt this world. He's everything that Starfleet and everything is not. He's the opposite of all of it, and he wants to rip it apart. And so it's great. It was a fun character to play.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how you stir the pot. This is the time where we make Holly and Paul a little uncomfortable. Guys, I know praise can be weird sometimes, but we have a huge young cast here and 2 Hollywood legends on our couch. Being on that set, what did you learn from these guys? How did you feel like you evolved as thespians, getting to work alongside Hollywood royalty with Miss Hunter and Mr. Giamatti? I hope I didn't actually make it up. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Holly is the sweetest, like most down-to-earth human being. She's an amazing listener. But we've learned from Holly, like when that camera is on, she not playing. Like we be playing sometimes, to be honest. We have a lot of fun on set, and I think from Holly we've all learned like balance. I think and to have fun, but also like when we're in a moment to really lock in and really bring everything that you can to even the most minute detail Holly is interested in. So I think that's what I've learned from her.
I can speak for my experiences with both Holly and Paul because I had the pleasure of working with both of them. But I'll start with Holly because I've had the most time with Holly. Just a quality of generosity. And, this goes for both you guys, but you have to have your own cup full to pour into another cup. And I really felt that when I was on set and there was times where I wasn't sure how an interaction was going to go or how a day was going to go or anything like that, they just both made my energy kind of smooth out and like relaxed me and made me feel like I belonged there and welcome and that I had a place amongst them. And first time I met Paul was the best time ever. I was on the can. I was sitting on the toilet and
That's always the
Wait a minute.
That's all.
Paul, why were you in there?
No, he wasn't in there. He knocked on my trailer door. He knocked on my yeah, I had to say that. I was like, hold on, I'm on the toilet. He's like, he's on the can. So I had to finish up, and then I came outside, and he gave me this big hug, and it was just really great to have that energy from you straight up without, working with you at all at that point.
He and I had to have a crazy fight in this thing.
That's true.
And I was like, I'm an old man, and I have to have a fight. It was the best thing in the world to do it with this guy because I was like, man, I'm going to die doing this. And he was there for me in such a great way.
You held up. He held up he did the whole thing.
No.
There was no stunt double.
The best things ever was doing that with him.
This is such a love fest.
He really
I love
killed
this
it.
right
He
now.
really-
This is great.
But yeah, I love both Holly and Paul. It's been such a pleasure.
Very well said.
I don't have a lot of experiences with Paul, but he's an absolute rock star. I came out of drama school very recently, like in the last few years. I'm very new to this industry, and there are fears about it. And the second time I met Holly, we sat down in the production office for a good 2.5 hours, and I laid out all my anxieties. And she was so generous and so honest about what this industry has to offer. I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful for that honesty. Truly, yeah. Thank you, mate.
Yes. Well, I was letting him finish. I didn't have a lot of time to work with Paul either.
It's good because you shouldn't take anything from me. Honestly. From me,
No.
learn what not to do.
But I was going to say, I've taken so much of them like outside of even just being at work and just seeing them be real human beings who are kind, and just that alone is already such a gift. In Holly, I've had so much time to be able to get to know her as a person and a human being, and
Bella and I really intimately.
Yes, Holly and I we showed up to a rehearsal once wearing the same outfit, and our hair was the same, and we are the same size. So we literally walked in looking like Thing 1 and Thing 2. And the way that I was able to connect with her, especially as a woman in this industry, and like feeling like I've got this really strong, confident woman here on set who's also vulnerable and soft and kind, that alone, I will carry that with me forever.
Love you all.
Yeah, more.
We got two more.
Oh, you know what I've learned? Two things, actually, because I don't know how to narrow it down. But I think I learned the first one I want to hit on is stamina. Because I think that with such an intense, especially this show, it's really like pedal to the metal a lot of the time, because you're in space and these high stakes and someone's always crashing and someone's about to die. And it's like there's a lot of like high stakes a lot. And I think that you can get burnt out, I think, artistically and sometimes even attitude-wise. You're like, I'm just tired today. Like, I don't feel like it. But then when you see them come to it and do it, it's like, oh my God, let me like fasten my belt. Let me tie my shoes. Let me like make sure my wig's on properly. Like, let me like get it together. So definitely stamina from both of them. But I will also say bravery, because they just go for it. Both of them, they really just go for it. And even if there is hesitation, because I think that that's very natural, but like there's no room because the camera can pick up a lie. The camera can pick up nervousness or whatever. And to see both of them just go for it, voice, body, to their toenails, bro. Their toenails are amazing scene partners. Especially Ollie's. They be clocked in. They be clocked in for real. But like stamina and bravery, that's the biggest things for me. And it's amazing to witness. It's an honor to witness in person. Crazy.
Yeah, just to echo like what everyone has already shared, I feel like it's been such a privilege to, I mean, it goes without saying, but I mean, for me, this is my first big job. I mean, certainly my first job like away from, you know, Australia, and for it to be with Paul Giamatti and Holly Hunter, like I almost, you know, fell over when I heard that I got to be a part of this. And I think that like what I'd say is, apart from what I could learn by observing Holly, in terms of like the craft and like professionally, it's more about how both of them are just as people, like on set, like everyone's been talking about. You know, I don't really have anything to compare it to, but from what I, you know, hear, like it's not necessarily always going to be the case that such a, you know, big stars are like genuine, honest, generous people. Yeah, so that's been so beautiful.
I don't think that I would really qualify. I wouldn't describe Holly as a bitch. Oh my God. Crazy. Wow.
Well, that was wonderful. That was a wonderful little Star Trek love fest to end on. Guys, congratulations on Starfleet Academy. Excited for everyone to check it out. We can say this because we're not airing this till after your panel comes out. January 15th is when we're premiering on Paramount Plus. So everyone book your calendars. Get ready to go into the great unknown. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time to chat today.